Hello and welcome back to a very messy desk in Kooky Corner today. I'm kind of everywhere at the moment. I've spread myself out thoroughly throughout the studio. But today I thought that I would give you a catch up on some of the things that I have been doing in March. And it's April now, so I thought I'd look back over the month of March and show you a few of my favourite things that I've been doing, watching, buying. The list is endless. No, it isn't actually endless. There is a finite end to this list, I promise. And I just thought it'd be nice to catch up and maybe tell you a few things that I might have cropping up in the next few weeks for some videos. Also, if you find anything in this video interesting and you want to know a little more about it, please drop me a note down in the messages, and I try and get back to everybody who messages me. So if you leave me a message, I will definitely read it, and I will more than likely give you a little reply. And if it's something that you'd like to do, I will definitely do my utmost to show you what I can on that. So without further ado, let's get into my March favourites. Okay, so the first thing that has been something that I have really gotten way back into in a huge way is to making my needle felted bears and birds. Bears and birds at the minute has to begin with B, so anything that begins with B, bears, birds, bees even. I have had a request to make a needle felted bee, which I shall probably be getting to this week as well. Again, if anybody's interested in seeing that made into a tutorial, happy to do that, and I will add that into my list of things. But yes, you can see on my desk here. Oh, hello, it's my hands again. I am in the midst of doing a little bear here, and I've also the bear that we made together. That's on previous videos if you want to check back for that one. And here are some of the ones that are going into my Etsy shop, or are already in my Etsy shop at the moment. You've got a little bit of fluff on your nose. There are these two little boys here who are going into the shop, and these two little guys, these are slightly smaller. Let me show you the size differences so you can see the difference there. Let me tilt them a bit. There's a little bit of difference in the sizes of these two. So these are the smaller boys. This is Martian Mallow, and these two guys I haven't named yet, but will probably have named them once they are in my shop. I like Finnish names. I don't know why. I really love Finnish names for bears. So more than likely these two are going to have some Finnish names. Straighten your bow tie there. So yeah, bears. I also made a panda, but literally that sold as soon as it went into my shop. So it went straight out. His name was Guinness, and he I think I may make some more pandas, but you know I have a love of colourful things, so I might actually twist the colours around a little bit and play with some purple and lilac pandas or something like that. Don't know what you think to that. Would you think like black and white pandas should be the only way, or are there other ways that you think would be attractive in a panda? What colourways do you think a panda would look good in? Drop me a note and tell me in the comments below. Okay, so on to birds. Now, this is going to be an upcoming tutorial. I can just see his tail flapping in there. This is going to be an upcoming tutorial that I'm going to do with you. I am going to be showing you how to make these fabulous fantasy birds. I have made birds before, quite a long time ago, and also dogs. I made some fantasy dogs called Padfoot dogs in various colours, and they sold quite well in my Etsy shop. But if Again, if you're interested in different colorways of these guys, then definitely drop me notes and I will add it into my list of things. But yeah, fantasy birds is something that's going to be coming up this month. So if you're interested and you want to know how to make these, then please click the link, subscribe, like, share, all the things, do everything, do it all. And click that bell so that you know when I upload. The bell will let you know every time I upload a video on this channel. So, favourites in needle felting at the minute. I have to say that I've got a few. One of my absolute favourites are the needles that I use, and these are by a company called Heidi Feathers. And this particular set, if you are new to needle felting, this might be an ideal set to get, because basically you will get two of each of the needles that they make. So I think there's 30 in total, and I will show you the little listy. So these are all the needles. So you've got a variety of regular needles from a 32 to a 42. You have a couple of stars in a 36 and a 38. You have two reverse needles, a 40 and a 36. Two twisted needles with a purple and a light blue, a twisted star which is bright pink. You have four different crowns in a 38, 40, 42 and 46, and a forked needle. And the forked needle is good for, yes, what is it good for? Brain has gone dead. Forked needle has got a very specific purpose, and I'll probably come back to that at some point during this video when my brain has got into gear. But yes, Heidi Feathers, they have their own website, but they also have an Etsy shop as well. So have a look for Heidi Feathers. They have some beautiful kits of wool on there as well, which I'm very tempted with, but I have a whole heap of wool that I need to get through. My wool is a passion. I have many. I'm just a collector, people. I'm a collector of things, and a collector of wool, definitely. So, oh, hello. That's a little notification from Alexa telling me something's on its way. So yeah, Heidi Feathers. Check out the web store, check out all the other beautiful things that they have in there for felters, but especially if you're new and you want to try out the different size needles and find out which ones work best for you and your style of needle felting, go for the Ultimate Needle Collection. I will leave a link to this in the description, so please check this out below. I'll put that down there. On to wool. Now, my absolute favourite for making needle felted bears, 3D needle felting, has to be Corriedale at the minute. Basically because that's the one that I work with almost exclusively. The fantasy birds have other fibres in them, which I will go into when I do the video on the tutorial on those guys. Do excuse me. So yes, there will be a tutorial which will mention all the different fibres I use in those, because I do use some different fibres in there. But for the bears and general needle felting, to get this beautiful smooth finish that you can get when you needle felt with this particular wool, the carded Corriedale is my go-to. Now there are a couple of places that you can get carded Corriedale from. The place that I use almost exclusively for my carded Corriedale is World of Wool. World of Wool are wonderful. They're so quick delivery as well, so you can order one day and it's there in the next couple of days, and it's beautifully packed, and I just love them. I just love the variety of the wools that they have. If you don't work with wool, they do acrylic fibres, or nylon fibres that you can also needle felt with. So if you're a vegan or if you are allergic to wool fibres, then World of Wool is a go-to. And at the minute, this little guy here, you can see he's coming along. A bit of fluff on him again. Fluff gets everywhere, you know, people. Fluff, it's just everywhere. Anyway, World of Wool. I am currently working with this selection from World of Wool. It's their Dragon Tones, and it's carded corridale in Forest Fruits, Lichen, which is the green of this boy, Loganberry, Begonia and Cartwheel. So what you get is some of these. You will get, I think it's 125 grams, I could be, yeah, 125 grams, and you will get 5 different varieties. Let me see if I can grab them all out. Rattle, rattle, rattle. Apologies. That's my ASMR section. So those are 4 of them. Let me go through them singularly. So it's beautiful, like dark orangey, reddy orange. The Lichen, which is the one that I'm making my guy down from here, has this beautiful dark rusty gorgeousness. This one is like a two-tone. It's got like a black in it as well, so it's quite dark, purpley, blacky. And this one is more of a rusty, bluey colour. So yeah, those are the Dragon Tones. I have ordered, sorry, I'm rattling again, let me do the putting away business. I have ordered so many carded corridales from World of Wool. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I think I might have to build a new studio. You can get it in 2 ways. You can get the slivers, the carded slivers, or the carded bats. Either will work perfectly well. So if you can get either of those things, the bats are easier to roll up and needle felt into place. Slivers are pretty easy, actually, to be honest. It's just personal choice. Let me do a tilty tilt. There we go. So yes, needle felting, Heidi Feathers, World of Wool. I have got another order in that has not arrived yet, but will be arriving at some point soon, and that is from a company called Adelaide Walker, I do believe. But once that arrives, I will go through it with you and show you the different colours, because it's a different kind of wool and I want to try it out. But that's for a future date. The next thing that I have been buying, these are from Cult Pens, and these are the Tombow ABT Dual tipped pens. I've had some of these for years and years and years, and they are still going. I have a huge, well, I say huge, I've got quite a big pencil case filled with these. So look at those beauties. A lot of those I've had quite a while. A few of them I got last year, some new ones, but I love them. They are beautiful, beautiful pens. And another thing that they are good at as well is if you want to use water with them, you can water them down and use them as a watercolour. Let me see if I can show you how that works. So find a space in this beautiful book somewhere. Running out of pages. Here we go. So I'll go through that card in a minute because that's got the colours that I've got. So say I want to use a little bit of that, and I want to kind of blend it in, a little bit of that. You can blend them over the top of each other, that's perfectly fine. But what you also can do is get yourself a brush. Excuse me, bending over here in my beautiful studio jumper. But they do blend out into beautiful, beautiful watercolour, and then you can blend them together. They are not watercolour, They are water soluble, so they're not like a watercolour thing, but they're great to use in backgrounds for things that you want to sort of blend. They are fabulous to use in sketchbooks. I have been using them in my sketchbook when I've been doing my Kawaii Doodle 100-day challenge, which I am probably about 45 days into at the minute. So I've been using these for that as well. Combined with pencils, coloured pencils, they work supremely well, and I like the fact that they've got two different ends. So you have a little bullet tip on one side, and you have a brush tip, which is, it's not a brush, but it's kind of like a bendable brush. So you can get lots of different, you can get really thick lines and very, very thin lines with them as well. Fabulous for all kinds of things. I love them, and I just wanted to I had a couple of replacement ones, and then I also ordered some other ones as well. So these are the ones that I got. I got the 946, 993, 025, 925, 969, 679, 403, 443, 703 and the 761. And those are the Tombow ABT. Those are my March favourites for some art supplies. So there we go, I'll leave it there. You can have a little look, and if you like any of those colours, take a little screenshot or whatever you need to do, and then you've always got them as a reference. Okay, so, sorry, apologies, I'm making you wobble. Apologies also about the quality of my voice. I've had the dreaded lurgy that everybody seems to have at the minute, and I'm recovering. I'm better now, but you still get that little bit of a chesty cough or a tickle. So there might be more breaks in this than usual, where I have to just stop and have a quick slurp of water. Similarly to my February favourites, my March favourites included these books by Talens. It's the Art Creation sketchbooks, the small ones, the little small ones. I think I showed you this one last time, and I love them so much, and as I am a collector, I think I bought those two last time, but I can't remember which ones I bought, but I've also got another two as well, and I bought some for my daughter because she likes them as well. So literally these books are superb. They take those Tombows that I just showed you really, really well, pencil really, really well, gouache, acrylic or ordinary gouache goes in well with them. It may slightly crinkle your paper, but that's not a big deal, is it? So just trying to find a place where I've used some gouache in here. Let's have a look at that one. So that came out really well, and if you look at the side of the pages, I mean, there's only a slight crinkle on that one as well. I had a bit of gouache on it too, and some of the Tombows there, which you can see in my butterfly. So yes, that's going on quite well. And these I definitely recommend. So if you're in the market for a sketchbook, a little sketchbook that you can easily pop in your bag or whatever pocket to take with you, these are great. They're only 12 centimetres by 12 centimetres. They're a nice square size. The paper is kind of creamy. It's not a pure white. It's kind of like an off-white creamy colour, but I quite like that. That's quite nice, and the thickness of it is quite nice as well. The markers don't blend through, as you can see there. There's no bleed through. So yeah, these are definite recommend. Again, they are favourite of 2 months now, but I just keep collecting the colours, so I've got a whole host of those to work with for the next few times. 2 non-fiction books that I have got this month, or last month should I say. in March. So I've got this one which is called Crocheted Animal Rugs. I saw the crocodile somewhere, and I think it was Instagram, and I instantly thought Christopher. All crocodiles are called Christopher, so I have to have that. So I'm going to make Christopher for myself. But the book has got loads of different ones in. Let me see. So we've got Christopher there, who I'm going to make. This beautiful foxy. Let's see what other ones there are. You've got a zebra, a black bear, tiger. I really quite like that as well. Rhinoceros, and let's have a look. Further on, you've got a lion, a giraffe who's really cute, and a wild boar, and a polar bear. So that is something that I'm going to be having a go at. I don't know how soon I'll be able to get to making my Christopher, but hopefully quite soon, because I really want him. Want so much. So yes, this is a book by Vanessa Moonsey. This one I got from Amazon. I'm sure you can get it from many other places as well. I'll leave the Amazon link down below if you are interested. The other thing I got was this beautiful book by Rachel Zane, which is Crocheted Doughnut Bodies. It's 50 amigurumi patterns for collectible crochet toys. Just glorious. I really want that red panda. And where is it? The Triceratops, so cute. And there was another one. Oh look, they're donuts, but they're animals. I think they're amazing. So that's a beautiful book by Rachel Zane. Again, I got this one from Amazon. We'll leave the link down below. Obviously it's available from other places, so if you prefer to get it from your local bookstore, I will link it to Amazon, where you can probably get the ISBN number for it so that you can order it. So those are two of my books, my non-fiction books, that I have been loving in March. So, television programmes. I have been exclusively Netflix until the month of March. I'll say two words to you and you will understand. My two words are Peaky Blinders. I love that programme so much. I've been waiting on tenterhooks for the last series, which has been amazing, and I have loved every minute of it. So Peaky Blinders is one of the things that I would recommend. If you are a Netflix subscriber, the other thing that I really recommend is a series called The Sinner. It's so good. The guy who plays Harry Ambrose, who's a detective in that particular series, plays it to a T. Give a chef's kiss for Harry Ambrose, because that whole series, we've watched all of them right from the beginning. I think this one was the fourth one. Do correct me if I'm wrong. And love the whole series. This particular series, this last series, has been amazing, and I love it, and I do recommend wholeheartedly that you go and watch The Sinner with a lovely Harry Ambrose detective, and just enjoy and thank me later. On to my fiction recommendation for the month of March. It is one book, but I've brought all of the books in the series down to show you in case you also wanted to partake of something beautiful. This series by Seanan McGuire is probably one of the best series I've ever read. They are quite quick reads. Each one is a novella, so if you look, there's not going to be a lot of reading to do, but each of these stories is amazing. I love her writing. I love the way they put things across. I love the idea that they write about worlds that we have obviously encountered before in places like Narnia, in places like Alice in Wonderland, and so I thoroughly, with all my heart, recommend these books to anybody who's interested in those kind of things. The first one in the series is called Every Heart a Doorway, and basically it is a place where a school that people can go to, where they understand the people who've been through these doorways. Basically the people involved have been through a specific doorway that's led them into a world where they have lived and loved and sometimes been scared to death, but they love their world, and so sometimes they are sent out to the world for whatever reason and they find it hard to reintegrate back into society. So first one, Every Heart a Doorway, I recommend. Down Among the Sticks and Bones is the next one. Beneath the Sugar Sky, In an Absent Dream, Come Tumbling Down, Across the Green Grass Fields. This book can be read on its own, separate from the others, but it is mentioned in the last one, which is the one I've read this month, which is this one. Let me move these out of the way. Where the Drowned Girls Go. And I mention all the others because this is the 7th book in the series, and absolutely devoured this in a day, and will go back and read them again because I love them so much. Seanan is a Hugo and Nebula Award winner, and this series particular, they also write lots of other beautiful books that I have read and enjoyed, but this particular series grabbed me by the heart. So recommended for my fiction book of the month of March, Where the Drowned Girls Go by Seanan McGuire. I will leave links again down below. On to music. I did have the pleasure of going to see some live music recently and really thoroughly enjoyed it. My love for the Manic Street Preachers goes on. My love for Frank Turner goes on, and to that end I have put together a list of my favourite songs in March. I will leave a link to my Spotify list down below. I think there are 12 songs on that particular list. As I say, I will leave a link to that. Go ahead, have a listen, see what you think. Tell me in the comments if you agree with any of my choices for the month of March. Some of them go back, so they're not always current. They're not always current tunes, but some of them are current tunes. Some of them are from a little ways back. That's my list of favourite things for the month of March. If you like any of the things I mentioned, again, let's have a little conversation about it. And also check out something new. Maybe you think, oh, that looks a bit interesting. Might have a delve into that. And if you find that you delve into it and you like it, give me some conversation about it. Also, if you don't like it, quite happy to talk about people who disagree with me, obviously. If we don't talk to people who disagree with us, then we don't ever grow in our views, I believe, probably. Anyway, on that philosophical note, I'll say goodbye for now, and I will see you very shortly with a tutorial of some kind or another. Take care and have a great week. Bye people. Bye.